are talking over our heads about situations, about us, about things, um, like in a parallel kind of way. Um, they are, I mean, it's kind of like undermining. It's kind of just like ridiculous. It's like, let's just be clear. Like, it's just so much, and it just y'all just don't know. It's like, where are the adults here? Where are the like? Oh, I forget. Those are the ones that are being silenced or separated from each other in a sense, or held um, in some kind of standard where they're being uh, exactly separated or ridiculed for whatever reason. Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. So somebody's challenging Jesus at this time, okay, as to what he should be doing. Why can't you move this mountain? We need this mountain out of the way. Do you get what I'm saying? Right? Because in my eyes, when we're talking about Jesus, we're talking about the one part, or the divine masculine, uh, divine one part of the union. Okay, whether it be divine masculine or feminine. Okay, even your higher and lower self, or again that divine aspect, or that counterpart, or uh, I don't want to use consort, uh, that companion, friend, or whatever. I look at it as a one portion of it, not together. When you see Yeshua Christ, the energy is different, and I think that's when there is a union where those two that are compatible with each other are working together. And unfortunately, I think some people don't want some of those unions to occur. They're using it as pawns in the game instead of letting it just be a natural flow. Because people have, again, certain agendas, is what I feel, right? Is what I see. Okay. So again, matter of fact, I know today is only like the 14th or something, but again, I usually can go. Matter of fact, this is kind of like the energy that I was in yesterday, right? Because I feel like there's this something of, again, uh, me being the vassal that I am, and harnessing my energy and being this beacon in my eyes. No one else has to see it that way. In the eyes of Source, I feel is the reason why, right? So again, man is going to have a different opinion, right? So Source is allowing me to sit, rest, do my thing, go within, meditate, sleep, whatever, right? But for the past couple of days, I haven't really been able to eat, you know, and it was just an energy where I'm just trying to think about more creative things again that I need to be doing, but at the same time, that whatever this work is strenuous. It amongst other things that again I have going on, it is draining. It's almost like, again, sitting, and I don't complain because I'm not complaining. You're like sitting on this. Again, for me, sometimes it may look like that from the outside looking in, that people think I'm just sitting on this throne and I'm saying this stuff and things like this. I'm just delivering divine messages, is what I feel. Everybody has their way of doing that. I have mine. And I don't think people necessarily have a problem with me unless it's been, I don't know. But the message is the message. The message is the message. Excuse me. I just think they don't like, again, who is delivering it, especially with it being a female. And so it can look as if there's no life there, that nothing, but it's just, I feel like some of us are just here for that purpose, and they want to keep some of us busy because of that. So you cannot focus on what we need to do within to change the world. This is why it'll never happen if we don't start. I don't care what you think. It's never going to happen until people can quiet the mind, in a sense. It's about that energy frequency and that particular type of currency, not those fake bills. Yeah, they're going to be able to do the things you need to do right now to survive. But what if that was gone one day? So, yes, you can call it the breath of God. When you look at that energy and you think source, what do you think you see him doing? Do you, really, when you close your eyes and somebody tell you God in heaven, you thinking about God being up there in the sky, walking around on the clouds, you tell me, what do you imagine him doing? What is he doing? He's sitting, probably. From a kid, just be honest with yourself. When you really think about, when somebody told you about God or something, you say, oh, God up there in heaven, he watching over you. What did you think? He was sitting on a throne. I don't think nobody really imagined God up there playing basketball. You know, I don't think nobody really imagined him, making no crafts like I do around here. Sewing. You see what I'm saying? On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth as it is in heaven. So that, to me, makes me think we're talking about exalted places already have this connection with their God or a source of something. The earth is also going to have a kingdom. The earth is also going to be able to do a thing and thrive and have, like I said, a kingdom in a sense. Now, are we talking the Sheol, the underworld, or even the undesirable portion of the caste and class system? Is still Hades and these things? Inanna having to go down into the underworld for these months or whatever? Are we talking about that? Are we talking about hell? And we're just dressing it up as if it's something else, when actually the earth, is it that the mother of earth actually belongs in the heavens, ruling the heavens right now? But that's not the case. Are we talking thrones that are going to be inherited? Are we talking thrones that have been stolen, whether it's in heaven or on the earth? Something is off here. Something is very off kilter. And I know that there is a living creator, God, energy walking this plane. So where is it at? I know everybody's looking on. But those people that are looking on and keeping that distance are the ones that hold the power to even go ahead and share that information or spread the news. They don't want to. They are staying in those positions right now, attacking that energy that is God. In my eyes, we can still have opinions around here. Again, fair use. We can call this entertainment purposes only. Setting up a idolized kingdom in the place thereof. Giving it time for the idols to do their thing. And again, all that time is being taken also to tarnish the image of God. To tarnish the image of God before we can even get started in that new kingdom with the new heaven and the new earth. This is my opinion. It's like in God we trust, but you see that eyeball on that dollar bill is trapped in that triangle and blinded by the light that's illuminating it from behind. Almost that same energy of the blinding of the goddesses and empresses and things that we look at on this channel. So they just want to take that essence and use it and cut it off and, take it again from its temple and utilize it as if it is some kind of tool that can be fondled and peered in on and used for whatever, and they can treat the body like trash. And we wonder why the earthquakes and the fires at the magnitude. It is nothing to do with the earth. The earth should be free to do what it's doing. It is the pressure that is being put on the earth and her children that is causing all of it. And they know it, but they don't want to, because they still hold the power of presence, the force, the might. It seems like this world will trap God and bind the feet like a mummy or some Egyptian pharaoh or some goddess that has been bound or blinded or strapped down with a bordering energy because of the weight of the world and all of the attacks mentally, physically, emotionally, technical. So it says here, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. Right? So it's almost asking like, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting. And while they abode in Galilee, Jesus, because again, there was no such thing as J. Well, it could be. We're in the New Testament at this point, right? Said unto them, the Son of Man. Now, we were just talking about the Son of Man sitting on the throne, right? And then being removed or something of that nature in the other chapter. Let's see what it says. The Son of Man shall be betrayed into the hands of man or men. So yeah, okay. The Son, the descendant of man, shall be betrayed into the hands of men. And they shall kill him, and the third day he shall be raised again. I feel like we're talking about a 3-year period. where somebody's going to be killed and then raised again. Maybe even, because again, I'm thinking that the three, uh, 3 days could be 3 years or 3 months or something. And they were exceeding sorry. And when they were come to Capernaum, uh, they that received tribute money came to Peter and said, doth not your master pay tribute? So they came to Peter and said, do your master pay tribute? Okay. He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus perverted him, saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Okay. So again, wait a minute. He said, yes. And when he was come into the house, Jesus perverted him. Sorry. Look at this, y'all. Okay. Jesus prevented him. Okay. Stopped him. Okay. Saying, what thinkest thou, Simon? Of whom do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children or of strangers? So I'm guessing saying, who do the kings of the earth take custom or tribute? Of their own children, okay? Or of strangers. So again, foreigners or idols. That's the interesting question. Pay tribute. And I'm just wondering if this tribute, this could be what they're saying about something monetary, or again, tribute, just like honor or something, something. Peter saith unto him, of strangers? Jesus saith unto him, then are the children free? Peter saith unto him, of strangers, period. Jesus saith unto him, then are the children free? Notwithstanding, lest we should offend them, go thou to the sea and cast an hook and take up the fish that first cometh up. Oh. And when thou hast opened his mouth, thou shalt find a piece of money. That take and give unto them for me and thee. So almost. Okay. That's strange. Yeah. Take the hook, cast it out, and take it up. So it's almost like an energy of shh. But I told you guys, lately it's been a luring energy. Trying to lure in a certain sense. But I have to be honest, there was the energy today. Shh. But it's like I'm sometimes I feel like I'm just not like everybody, and this it's just different. The pressure, I think nobody really understands. Peter saith unto him, of strangers. Jesus said unto him, okay, are they free? And it says, at the same time came the disciples unto Jesus, saying, what is the greatest? Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? Okay, and Jesus called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them and said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as a little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. So again, that, it kind of makes me think, like, even if we're talking about spiritually or a mental thing, because it's almost like a sense of this, like I told you guys, that whole, like, it's just a enlightening and a spiritual bath almost that I feel like women are going through in this time. And because of that, we have some of these silly channels that are up that people watch dedicatedly. They're dedicated to these channels to speak these ill things that don't know nothing about women, nothing about, obviously, they really don't know nothing about relationships, really. But these are the people that are praised and propped up and placed in front of you. And it's almost like turn away from like that stuff and just like, go back to your imagination, go back to that place where even you thought you were a king or a warrior. Like, do we have to pretend so that we can really bring that out of us, that we can really draw that out? Anytime someone feels like it's the truth or it's something that may poke a little bit at their spirit because it's something that they enjoy or they think it's a personal attack. It's not that. Tough love, constructive criticism, and I feel like the very energies that give it out, they can't take it when it comes back. They can't take it when it comes back. And they'll rather just, again, because they have the power or the platform or the authority, it also adds on the dirt onto that energy of, again, a messenger coming with a divine message, and that's it. And okay, he called them in and set them in the midst. Okay, it says, whoever shall humble himself as this little child is this child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so again, yeah. So again, I feel like one of the soul sisters just said something like of this nature when it comes to even divine masculine and feminine, and a separation of the energies, right? Because maybe, um, there's a shift where they went to something that's easier, something that is, again, more pliable, something that can be bent, something that can be turned out, and or someone, bought out, and that's just not me, right? So I feel like that's the thing. There's this hearken, 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 woman. Shut up, woman. Just stay right here and wait, woman. You need to be saved, woman. And that's where we don't realize that we're talking about spirit. And some of us have, what I'm just trying to say is some of us have a been built differently. And we do have a masculine ruling energy, but we also have a feminine energy. And to be able to balance that when you need to, when you're with your counterpart or your other half, you can be that feminine energy. And when you're in your king, on your king stuff, that's what you're on. And when you're dealing with wisdom, most of the time you're going to be sitting back just taking in. It may look like nothing's going on there, but there is something going on. Moves are being made. And this is why I started to realize, I was trying to talk to my child the other day about what's going on, what I'm doing, and how I feel bad. But again, I've been with them at home or whatever for a long time, so it's like I'm asking her, hey, do you want me to have to, go out and work, or do you want me to be here and do what I'm doing here and actually, so just like kind of pretend like I'm at work for these number of hours, or even the whole day. Or I was even thinking about how like writers and stuff escape, or how sometimes they have to leave for the summer or something. It's just that type of energy. But fortunately, I do have a peaceful place to go. And I think there's an energy on this plane that doesn't want that. It wants worker bee ant colony energy for every single person. But again, I think that energy is targeting some of us because, again, we are vassals of this particular type of light right now on the planet. So it's okay to be productive and these things, but again, some of us are just those vassals right now, just maybe even just for right now. And this is also, again, feels like being in a king or queen or empress or emperor energy, but as a servant to the people, how it's really supposed to be. So it's like we have this backwards way of looking at how kingship and queenship or the type of things should be working, and it's not been working for a long time. Even I look at it as like a queen never comes down from her throne. Well, then you know what? Maybe we're talking about empress. Maybe they did a little bit different. That's how you have compassion. That's how you show that you are actually a servant for the people. And you're not a detached ruler or dictator. Yeah, you want to expose me? I don't care. I know I'm not a horrible person as much as people want to try to make it seem like, because your feelings were hurt about something that you might have heard me say that was never meant to be malicious, and it was probably misunderstood. That's your opinion. That's your prerogative, right? Whosoever shall humble themselves, okay? And whosoever shall receive one such. Now, could you imagine the how society shows men in this type of. Could you imagine if, again, because again, source is very tricky and funny, and so a woman now that these men are going to have to, after all these years of what's been done to tear down women, what's been done, we're gonna forget about it. We're gonna and we're gonna blame the woman for source stepping in. and tearing some shit down that was dirty as hell. Apologies. I'm trying not to say those words that much. But we're just getting real. And the woman that and see, this is where I'm wondering if this is where we got this thing from. And if God is using the vessel or riding an ass, or again in that temple of a woman that's on this plane right now, don't you think these people, she would be the most hated woman or misunderstood woman on this plane? And that'd be easier for them to kill off your God in a sense. When if this whole time on this plane, things could have been going so much more different. But we look at God in that the living God, right, in a different concept. Or just God, and we don't look at it in that sense. Because we're not reading the text properly, because we've been taught. We've been given a false perception. So many people, oh God, this, they wouldn't know it if they saw it. But again, there are those that are watching. And I feel every knee shall bow. I'm hearing this right now in my mind. And I don't even want to say it, but I'm saying it. It is just, and that's just that, the voice. Every knee shall bow. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name receiveth me. But whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depths of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offenses. For it must needs be that offenses come. But woe to that man by whom the offenses cometh. Wherefore, if thy hand or thy foot offend thee, cut them off, and cast them from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life halt or maimed, rather than having 2 hands or 2 feet to be cast into everlasting fire. So again, this is talking about the Sheol, or that depths of hell. And this is right here. I'm going to tell you right now what we're talking about. What we're talking about is, again, when we're talking about the right hand and the left hand, that is the support system. That is also speaking of those feminine energies, I believe, or maybe a feminine and a masculine energy. And the connection of a twin flame is being forcefully cut off by these energies that don't want to see that which is natural and that's what is good. So they will, again, cut off. Let's see which one they say. They will cut off the hand. They will cut the ties, your telepathic, however you communicate it even, right? And then push, and in this instance, they are pushing the earth. They are pushing wisdom. They are pushing the Ruach. They are pushing God. They are pushing and pulling and poking and prodding and turning the whole world against this energy right here. I believe there's an advocate or some advocates out there that would not like that to be that way. They would like to support, but they're being overcrowded by uh, all of these scientists. They're being overcrowded by all of these so-called scholars. So, if we talk about education being trained, they've been trained to see it the way they see it, and they don't want to see it any other way. They could not even fathom or grasp. So you must not be reading this biblical text right here, because again, man will not be invited. Some entities won't be invited to this type of energy that's going on right now, this vibration. Some of it will just be because who they are and how they think. But they will try to take crafty counsel. They'll try to use devices in order to tap into your essence and drain you of your essence and turn you in and vilify and lilify you and turn you into some type of try and turn me, we'll just go ahead and say it, into some kind of enemy of the state that needs to be taken down or taken out. And your children taken away. That's why they want to make you crazy, or they want to make you these things, so that's what they can do. But then everybody is fine with just shut your mouth, shut your face, and get to work. That mentality will never thrive. And maybe that's why it says something about this rich man not being able to make it into into heaven. You can take the rich however you want. It can be meaning different things. The kingdom is here. The kingdom is here. It's at hand. But they want to keep the divine masculine and feminine away from each other. That main one that owns it all. So that's why they have confusion and sent in other energies to try to sneak into the temple, a holy temple, a sacred temple, and send others onto an empress that has been trying their best to do the right thing and wait. And do my job as a servant for now and serve and bring this message. And I just keep getting hit and getting hit and getting hit. And there's peace. Oh, great. But the actions and the energy is not matching up with that is being sent towards me. And the energy between divine, masculine over here, it seems as though someone has their hands on that as well. And is trying to use it to shift and manipulate the way that we operate and deliver the message. Now, it could be with this G7 that it's all of them working together. And they want to say, hey, these people are stirring up trouble. It's time to be peaceful and everything. No, well, then that's where you put your head back down. Everybody put their head back down, not pay attention. And then again, it'll be, instead of off with their heads, these people that are doing awful things possibly in different places, it'll be off with yours or off to camps. I cannot help this. It's prophecy. Maybe I have to just start saying those words that people like to use in order to enforce this and get you guys to see it. Because people just, you say prophecy and God told me and I had a dream, people just listen just like that. I'm trying to just be genuine and be giving it to you just like it is. And you know, it just, not too hot, not too cold, lukewarm. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if anybody else can see that this is what's occurring in these times. And if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. And again, I'm wondering if this is having to do with your corona or crown chakra or third eye or any kind of energy like that, right? It is better for thee to enter into, and it seems like this also as well, as if that's kind of like what I feel like, that someone has, I feel like there is a wound. I feel as though there was an attack on the mind, in a sense, to create this blockage or this blinding. And this is why another thing that will have you feel also, or had me feel, separated at a time, like someone is blocking. It's just a keep thing that keeps going through my mind. Somebody is blocking me from my God, from my highest, from that highest form meeting with that other form. And I feel like I can sense my God, not their God, his God, my source, kind of seeking for me, in a sense. Might even see me, but is wondering why is this not getting through to, or why can't I communicate? All the way. And I feel like already inside of me, I don't know, here. But there's something going on that's blocking something. And it seems like it's being done purposely. And I can only look at it as like sorcery or voodoo or something of this nature. Something even in my water or something. So again, thine eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee. It is better for thee to enter into life with one eye rather than having two eyes to be cast into hellfire. Again, this is making me think about their eyes were open. This is making me think about, again, two people with their own third, you know what I'm saying? Like, or that sense of that eye. That first eye. We'll just call it that. Again, so it's saying, hey, just like, oh, okay, don't go to the tree, right? Because you'll surely die. Under whose circumstances? Under whose circumstances? Now that I'm seeing it the way I am, I see what it is. It wasn't right then, and it's not right now, and it's not going to happen this time. I didn't come this far for that. I did not. Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones, for I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father, which is in heaven. For the Son of Man is come to save them which were lost. So again, just like we did in that breakdown again, when Yeshua said that he, or that energy said that I did not come for those people. I came only for the lost sheep. How did they get lost? Who wounded their eye so that they could not see and navigate or hear? Were they amazed when they saw that you still can? You might be a little bit behind. They might be getting the downloads automatically, but there might be a little angle, right? A little something there when it comes to some of you. But that's how you will know how powerful you are. And you were able to push through that. So again, when we're talking about these bulls, it seems as though the bulls that are getting slaughtered are the ones that were able to push their way into heaven with their own will of that mustard seed and make it into the kingdom. And everybody want to ignore it and act like they're not already there. And want to do things to tear you down or try to turn you away or make it so that you get kicked right out as soon as you get there. How think ye, if a man have 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray? Doth he not leave the 99 and goeth into the mountains and seek that which is gone astray? So again, this is the sitting, this is the communing with that energy. This is spending time walking with God. This is walking with God. So that's why I'm not sitting up here telling you like, oh, that's it, this is all. No, there are other temples that he must sit with as well. And that just struck me. It pierced through me a little bit because now I see something. And if so be that he find it, verily I say unto you, he rejoiceth more of that sheep than of the 99 which went not astray. Even so is it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven. Hold on. Even so it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven, that one of these little children, these little ones should perish. So again, when we're talking about these children, but again, there is also those that are there and they are mounting, I feel. Again, just go ahead and if you feel what I'm saying, there are some that are mounting these little children, which are basically, again, in a sense, young, impressionable in their spirituality or their journey or in their now life, their new life in the new heaven and new earth. So again, there are beings that are here or can come here, that can affect those individuals properly or not. You can either be a good parent or not. You could be someone that just takes and sucks from that energy or not. You could be one of those ones that come here to steal from your child and give it, like he said. These people won't give to their own, but they'll give it to somebody else. That's idolatry. That's what I'm talking about within the community. That energy of just sit here, suffer, we're going to send the dogs in on you as well. We're going to send all kind of energy towards you. And then we're going to laugh at you when it's overwhelming and you're carrying the weight of the world on the shoulders and you're having the eyes of Argus, and we're going to sit there and we're going to talk about you. And we're going to also point those eyes in your direction basically and expose everything about you and tear you down and then laugh at you when you're sitting there still and you're going in yourself and you are meditating and you're healing yourself. You should not deliver that message. You should be working. And in my eyes, that means, in this sense, people that know what's going on, that good of